Episode 225. Fresh off of the patch 3.1 storyline, there's a number of things we could do. Dungeons, raids, even special side quests and things like that. But we're gonna do the most boring thing today. A bunch of Heavensward Society quests. Rank up quests, that is. Just gotta do the rounds every once in a while. I guess now is kind of a good point for it. We had some dragons popping in over in Ishgard, a lot of civil unrest. So I guess it's time to check around the Heavensward areas to see if there's any more civil unrest with the rest of these societies. Or something like that. I guess we can start with the area closest to the dragons. I don't exactly remember how many more of these I'm going to have to do. I think the total was either 7 or 8 in terms of tiers for the society, so at least 2 more for the Vass, I think. Then at least 3 more for the Vanu Vanu and at least 4 more for the Mughals. They're kind of staggered in a way that I don't like, but it'd be a pain to kind of try to match them up, because then I'd have to wait for days or weeks on end as, for example, the Mughals would catch up to the Vass in terms of points or whatever these are for the relations. What's this currency called again? Not currency, but reputation, that's right. It would take maybe, I don't know, 700 plus 900 more reputation for the Mughals to catch up with the Vass. If I just waited to do the Vass side quest while doing that for the Mughals, there'd be weeks that I could be doing these dailies just whenever I'm logging in. Where am I? Who am I? Very funny. Fooled you, master. Click click. What a strange feeling to say that to someone so trusting. Is this what it means to deceive? I felt thrill and guilt at the same time. But fooling aside, I wanted to tell you my thought. A daring thought. I cannot do it without your help. You know our walls are made of clay, yes? They require constant tending. Layers upon layers must be soldered over time. The walls of our hive are not hardened like steel, like Los Asnas. Thin walls mean thin defenses. We succeeded in stealing stockpiles from deep inside Los Asnas, until they became aware of our bold ventures. Now we no longer wish to live as their parasites. We must find our own beds. So we listened to the One Mind, and followed. They seem to have found other beds of clay, in a domain even more dangerous, near the Dragon Tower, too dangerous for them to take. My thought was, we could try asking the dragons for permission to extract the clay ourselves. This thought is too daring, much too daring. I did not consider it at first, knowing the dragons are at war with Sanas. While the non-mind take care to avoid senseless bloodshed, we are not entirely guiltless. Not guiltless. Yes, we kill dragons too. I didn't realize that part. I thought we were cool, like this side and the Vass here and the dragons. Traveling to the Dragon Tower on my own would mean certain deaths. They would surely take me as an enemy. But I remembered something I heard in my travels. Master, you have spoken to the dragons before, yes? You could escort me to ask them for permission. Should I succeed in my quest, we can wean ourselves from Los Asnas entirely. Sustain ourselves. It is worth a try. I will prepare for this daring quest. So these little Vass somehow managed to kill dragons, like the smaller ones, or what? Kinda defies belief. But I guess it happens. I mean, we do it. And I guess Lalafell are technically smaller than Vass. Well, now's the perfect time for them to stop doing it and make friends. After all, that's what we did, right? That's what we're working on with Ishgard. Click click. I do not think any non-mind has come as close to the Dragon Tower as I. Were you not with me, I fear I would soon be dust. And now to go closer. What are those lights? Because it's not fire. There aren't any fires lit inside here. Oh, I guess it's these. These red crystals. That makes sense. Oh. Ryder Kisaragi? You've been here for weeks. I remember recording you in this exact pose, doing some quest or other with Vidofnir, I don't know, maybe a month ago. I guess she's in it for the long term. Dragons do live a very long lifetime, so I guess the courtship procedure takes a while. Well, good luck. Well met, friend of Isael. Thou wish to speak with me? How perplexing. What compelleth thee to bring a Nas before me? Click click, great dragon, merciful dragon, forgive my intrusion. It was I who asked Master for an audience. I am not of the Nas. I am in exile, cast away from the colony. I am Vass. The Vass have no appetite for hostilities near our home. We fear the dragons. I came to entreat, to beseech you for help. Boldly spoken, Vass. What wouldst thou ask of me? I, the vast Deft Arm, only seek to secure clay from the sediment beds in your lands, to fortify our walls. Should our walls crumble, the One Mind will surely seize our colony for their own. They could beset your tower with ease. The Nas of the One Mind are foe to us, just as they are to you. Great Dragon, will you allow our humble colony to harvest the clay within your domain? The clay is of little worth to us. Be that as it may, I cannot yet grant thy request. Words will not serve as proof. By thy deeds shalt thou demonstrate that thou standest apart from the swarm. Face our enemy, slay the Nas. Slay the Nas? But thou art troubled by the thought? Dost thou refuse? No. Click click. Greater Dragon, I shall do as you request. He is indeed unlike his kin, yet how will he fare, once forced to confront his fear? If thou art truly friend to him, thou wouldst do well to follow and observe. Assist him with his task if thou must, but be warned. If he sayeth not a single Nas, we will know. Alright, and I guess I'll just leave you two alone, I guess. I mean, Vidofnir is she's quite a catch, isn't she? The most beautiful dragon in dragon society. Maybe, I don't know. Are there other dragons I can think of? More beautiful than Vidofnir? It's hard to think of. Click click. Oh, this is not good. Not good at all. I cannot possibly fight the One Mind. What have I gotten myself into? Adventurer keeps his word. An adventurer does not flee from battle. Yeah, that sounds more harsh. That's what Komori would say. This is not about being an adventurer. You do not understand how it feels, Master. You are not Vass. This is not like the other requests. If I do not prove myself, The dragons will devour me. Click, click. Oh, I wish to be left alone. Fire drone. Snipers. What are those? Are those nests? Did they just hang out over here? Like near the dragons? Oh, great. I'm glad we didn't say an adventurer doesn't run from battle, because we do it all the time. It's just beneath us. Nope, that was the wrong button. Oh well, doesn't matter. And great, Bosom Buddies is almost complete. That doesn't give our Chocobo any experience, so it's already level 10. I guess we got 1000 gil for it. I hope in the next patch, 7.3, they release some way to get rid of these things, these orbs that I always complain about, and I'm gonna complain about them every time, until I can actually get rid of them somehow without changing class. They actually announced the 7.3 release date somewhere in August this year. I guess we'll see. Master Eye. Strike him down, and your training will be complete. These whispers, all at once, 100 voices buzzing. I cannot move. No, I am myself. I live for my purpose. Yes, turn to the dark side. Kill your own. Be gone. I deny you. Quiet. So quiet. Could it be? I did it. I subdued the One Mind's power. I have conquered the foe. So I guess his quandary had nothing to do with killing one of his own kind. It was just like whether or not he could because of their power over him. It was nothing so dark as moral whatever. Click, click. They will torment me no longer. I am sure of it, Master. My sense of self is strong enough to withstand them. The White Dragon is trusting of Master's word. Perhaps this is enough to allay her suspicions. Were there any dragons watching overhead? She said she would know if whether or not the Death Arm actually killed one himself. Could have just been lying, though. I mean, all she ever does is kind of sit over here. I mean, outside of cutscenes, that is. We just came out of an episode where she did a lot of things, other than sitting around. But as for the game, this is where she always is. It kind of feels like she never moves. Which is why Ryder Kisaragi is here, I guess. Click, click. Great Dragon, I have done as you asked. I have slain the One Mind with my own musket. Master can testify to it. There is no need. From atop the tower did we bear witness to thy deed. Really? You got up off your ass and flew up to the top of the tower? I guess so. Thou hast proven thyself and thereby earned the right to harvest clay from our lands. Great Dragon, the Vats are ever grateful. Should your kin be in need of our assistance, our guild shall come to your aid. Thine offer shall be remembered, Vass. We desire only peace, and any opportunity to strengthen our bonds would be welcome. Click, click. The Vass shall be careful when crossing the stone tower. We will mark ourselves properly, and use a single pass. This do we swear, Great Dragon. I humbly take my leave of you. And so do we, humbly. Until we learn to discern between Nass and Vass, we must needs take care before engaging trespassers. Honestly, I'm not sure the difference myself. I think the Vass have blue and the Nass have red. And the Nass probably aren't smart enough to change their colors. They are one mind after all. I kinda chose the worst time to start recording, just as night was falling. Now it's 12 AM. Most of this episode's gonna be at the dead of night. Oh well. Click, click. Storyteller, what news I have for you. I have secured beds of clay for the colony. I treated with the Great White Dragon of the Stone Tower. She gave us consent to take clay from their domain. All of the clay. Now hold on. I don't think she said all of the clay. But yeah, she said it's of no use to them. You treated with the dragons? Click, click. On your own? Huh, did you hear that, Fleetfoot? We are parasites no more. And established relations with the dragons besides. Deft Arm, you have done it. Click, click. But how were you able to accomplish such a thing? Why would the Great White Dragon spare your life? Click, click. Master has met the Great White Dragon before. She introduced me. She was fearsome, with enormous fangs and claws. You're not talking about Komori, right? No, the dragon, of course. Komori only wishes she was fearsome with enormous fangs and claws. But generous, very generous. I completed her trial. I slew the Nass, and their voices vanished. I no longer hear them. This is true. Did you see him fill the Nass? He did not succumb to the link? Yeah, he got one. I mean, we got 4, but he got 1. This is auspicious news indeed, to become truly of the non-mind. And you were fortunate enough. Oh, and you were fortunate to have such a compassionate master with you. Without her gracious guidance, such a valiant mission could have turned into a tragic one. Click, click. I am overjoyed. Yes, overjoyed. We have much cause to celebrate. Nothing can stand in the way of... Deft Arm. So much for that. Clack, clack. Malignant flesh. Scourge of the body. Click, click. It cannot be. Clack, clack. I see. The Nass say clack, clack, and the Vass say click, click. I guess. You forget your place. You are ever bound to us. Ever bound to the Overmind. All are naught but vessels to hold our volition. Click, click. Have you been using the deft arm this entire time? Clack, clack. Deformations. Heed well these words. Your existence irritates us. We will suffer it no more. Once you are inconsequential, anomalies, sure to perish when abandoned to the wilds. Clack, clack. This we allowed, but you survive. You came together. You thrived, at our expense. Corrupted flesh, sapping us of our strengths. We are not without mercy. You will be granted one chance. Return to the colony. Rejoin. Repent. Refuse and be purged. Clack clack. Consider your last decision as vast. We will not wait much longer. Click click. Curse the Overmind, taking over my thoughts as he pleases. We will never obey. Click click. He means to destroy us. We must not take his words lightly. There are not enough non-mind nor cannons to withstand a full invasion. Their numbers are far too great. Click click. Then we have no choice but to flee. Leave the colony behind. We have learned much from our guild. We can survive elsewhere. Click click. Do what you will. But we are not thieving Gloss as fast. You cannot mean to stay behind, storyteller. To flee means to live. We will stay. We are the storyteller. Our purpose is to tell our story. Without this sanctuary, there will be no new stories to tell. No storytellers to continue after us. And I mean, whenever someone defects from the One Mind, someone has to be kind of nearby to pick them up, right? That's what we did with that one guy. Girl, whatever. Without Los Asvas, there will be no non-mind left to feel the joy of individuality, as we have. The Overmind will make certain of that. If I abandon the colony, I abandon my true purpose, to help all Vass in need. Right. Click click. Forgive me, storyteller. I had forgotten who saved me. It would be shameful to ignore others who would share my same fate. Most shameful. All of us yet draw breath because of the colony. We have become too accustomed to our freedom to submit again to the Overmind. We too will stay and fight, to protect our own. So we are to go to war. Is there no other way? Click click. No. There must be. I will find it. I must think. Things are actually looking pretty dire, so I think that would be the penultimate quest we just finished right there. Probably one more to wrap up the society here. The Dragons of Enix Shrine have become clients of the Adventurers Guild. Yeah, clients. The dragons are clients. Kind of a weird choice of words, but that's what they are. They're doing business. Dragon business. And we're honored now. What exactly is our rank again? It's 6 now, so I guess we'll become 7, and that might be it for the Vass. Could actually be 8 though. What to do next? I guess we're closest to the Moogle, so we could do that first. And then wrap up with the Vanu. No wait, the Goondu? The Zundu. Pretty sure it's the Zundu. Oh yeah. Gotta be a carpenter for this. Komoy, I thought that was you. Terracin has decided where next to focus our efforts, Kupo. Alright. Where do we focus our efforts, Terracin? Thanks to the efforts of Way Off, Barles is now well fortified against any ne'er-do-wells who might wish to deface it. Well, that's what I would say, if there was aught in it to deface. I believe now is the most opportune time to start the core of our Mogson, Darrison, Komoy, Gullenbursty, he has spoken, and he is livid. Old deal, my friend. Calm yourself. What matter do you speak of? Who is Gullenbursty? He's an ancient dragon, more ancient than most. In passing, he asked after the Mogmenders, and became enraged when I told him of your work here. He demanded I tell you to cease at once. I thought he was only curious, I swear. Please don't be cross with me. Just when things were going so well. Still, I suppose we can count it as a blessing that he did not drive us away by force. Doubtless he is capable. Perhaps the fact that he has not the means, or rather, perhaps the fact he has not means. What exactly? Oh, I see. Perhaps the fact he has not means there is yet hope for reconciliation. Let us parley with Gullenbursty. If, for no other reason, than to make it clear that we bear no ill will towards him. Komoy, Mogson, I would ask that you accompany me. Old deal, pray deliver us to where this ancient dragon resides. Certainly. Hopefully Gullenbursty will listen to reason. With luck, hopefully we can put this incident behind us soon enough. Well, I'm sure we won't get into a fight over it. After all, this quest is for a carpenter, or other disciple of the hand. I guess which one was it? The Exile quests made you sometimes switch over to a disciple of war or something? To like, do some fighting, but pretty sure they don't do that anymore from this point forward. For the life of me, I cannot fathom a reason any dragons would be angry with us. Well, I suppose there was that one time I stuck a stone up a dragon's nostril. He was sleeping so deeply I couldn't resist. You'd do the same, I'm sure. We would. So, this is Gullenbursty? Indeed, he has an air of wisdom about him. Much the same as yours truly, I would like to think. Here we are. I'd suggest going before Gullenbursty was a measure of humility. He has no patience for arrogance. Alright. Humility, huh? How about this? Where is it? Should be under special, right? Yeah. Taking a page out of Ryder Common, or whatever her name was. Her book. Is this humble enough, Gullenbursty? Maybe. Maybe not. Ryder Kisaragi, that was the name. Not that it matters. So, you are the children of man who seek to undo my efforts, to keep Barles forgotten. Enough. Cease this affront, and return from whence you came. Merciful Gullenbursty, I fear this is a dreadful misunderstanding. It is not by our own volition that we endeavor to repair the plaza. No, we are here at the behest of the Mughals, and in fact our role is merely to teach them of stonemasonry, not more. As you are doubtless aware, the Mughals are bound by an ancient accord with Hraesvelgr to guard and maintain Zenith. As it happens, several of Hraesvelgr's own brood are even now lifting stones in a show of support. Forgive me my boldness, but do you mean to put a stop to such efforts? Bold indeed. You are right. I cannot oppose the will of Hraesvelgr, if there is truth in your words. It's true, Kupo. If you require proof, just visit the plaza yourself. And you only need to ask Hraesvelgr about the covenant we share. My dear Mogson, pray let me handle this matter. You must tread carefully. I would very much like to leave this parley without any singed hairs. Mighty Golden Bursty, I believe a dragon of your strength would have no difficulty driving us from the plaza, and razing it to the ground. But I also believe you are wise. Too wise to act rashly, without knowledge of our intentions or our sincerity. Perhaps, if you would prove your worth, then so be it. Restore the splendor of ages past to Barles, and I shall oppose you no longer. That's it. We're already well on our way, Kupo. Rest assured, Barles will be restored in no time. Kind of thought that was Terracin saying it at first. It's hard because the Moogles don't exactly move their mouths when they talk. Whatever. Well, long ago, the plaza held a fountain, from which flowed an unending stream. To build such a thing now would be an impossible feat. It sounds like it was impossible back then anyway, because we're up in the sky. Where would the water have come from? I mean, we already saw a bunch of similar-looking lakes or something on these floating rocks, so I'm sure there's a reason the water appears, maybe like some kind of water aether crystal or something. Whatever the case, I'm sure it's possible. I would expect no less than to be tasked with the impossible. To construct a fountain on barren land seems an unsolvable riddle. Do not fear, however, for we will find a way, as we have many times before, won't we, Mogson? Naturally, Kupo. We'll show you the worst of the Mogmenders. Excellent. Well then, my dear Golden Bursty, we shall set to work at once. In the meantime, I trust you will see fit to allow our repairs to resume unimpeded. Very well, child of man. I shall tolerate your presence for the time being. Why do you remain? You'll have no help from me. For now, I shall wait. I just really wanted to give this to you again. Do you not want it? I guess not. It's such a nice shade of red too. Kind of matches your scales. Okay. So I guess we're constructing a fountain now. I guess that's sort of like furniture. We've never actually made a piece of furniture not in the up to level 50 quests as a woodworker. But I like to think Komori got into the woodworking business so she could make furniture, or mainly scaffolding. I've never seen someone stand so fearlessly against Golden Bursty. Not even brother. With age comes a sharp wit. I think you're probably older than Terracin. Not that that matters. We'll find a way to get water, I'm sure of it, Kupo. Okay, so I guess it is still a mystery to like the rest of them. Finding water. I mean, I guess we're going to find out by doing this quest. While not the ideal outcome, there is naught for it but to turn our attention to the task at hand. Not only must we build a fountain, but we must also secure a source of water. Golden Bursty is well aware of the fact that we are surrounded by dust and wind-worn brick, which is why he expects us to fail, but we shall prove him wrong. It would be best to first seek the wisdom of those most familiar with the land. Tell me, Mogson and Old Eel, how do you go about securing water for your peoples? Truth be told, I've never thought too deeply about it, Kupo. If our throats are dry, or if the flowers are drooping, we just go to the springs north of Malcolm. When we wish to wash the dirt from our scales, we tumble into the nearest cloud. And when our throats are parched, we slake our thirst with the blood of our prey. That's kind of morbid. But that's how baby birds do it, right? They get their water from insects and, well, from the blood of whatever their mothers regurgitate, and I guess fathers. Recently learned that because the birds on my balcony hatched recently. Was wondering how they got water, and apparently that's how. The springs of Mogholm are entirely too far away. And somehow I doubt a fountain of blood is what Gullinbursty has in mind. Well, now hold that thought. It would be pretty sweet. But we'll shelve that for now. How about you, Komoy? Any ideas? Perhaps we could make use of a spring crystal, while I search for a water source when we could make one. Well, I did talk about these crystals, so I guess that is what Komoy is thinking after all. Spring crystals? The name rings familiar. Now remember? Crystals wet to the touch, yes? If I recall correctly. They are harvested in quantity from the Sea of Clouds, and are used to keep the barrels of Camp Cloudtop filled to the brim. Right, I guess there was that whole thing in the main story where he went chasing after someone to get those. Who was it again? We had that competition with... That's right, I'm forgetting his name. It was the younger one. Not Horsefont, not... It doesn't matter. Such an ingenious solution. Gullinbursty may be stubborn, but even he should be impressed. And I believe he would, my dear old deal. That settles it then. We must procure spring crystals. Of course, it would be preferable if we did not have to travel all the way to the Sea of Clouds. Can they be found near here? We are in luck, because I often fly over a crystal that seems to have water trickling from its surface. I have a suspicion this might be one of these spring crystals you speak of. All that's left is to gather them then. Old deal? Show me where they are, and I'll bring back as many as I can. No, wait, again, that's Master Mogson talking. Gullinbursty will know our worst, Kupo. The Kupo was a dead giveaway, but they end their sentences with Kupo, they don't begin them with them, so I only realized it at the end. Well, I cannot deny Mogson's enthusiasm. However, neither he nor Old Deal have actually seen a spring crystal up close. And it would be a shame if what they brought back was unusable. Follow them, so you might judge the crystal's quality. While I trust Mogson and Old Deal, I gather you are more qualified to judge the quality of any spring crystals you may find. Follow them, and bring back any crystals you deem suitable. Was that a complete repeat of what he just said? I couldn't actually tell. All that matters is that it wasn't really flavor, nothing new. So who was that guy anyway? Why am I forgetting his name? We just had interactions with him in the last episode. The two brothers. I only remember Horsefont for obvious reasons, but those two are also important to the story. There's Count Edmont, and his two sons, Artoirel and... Artoirel was the older one, I think. Artoirel. And... he's actually one of my favorite characters, and I can't remember his name. It might actually even be Artoirel, I can't recall if that's the older or the younger brother's name. It's gonna bother me, for as long as I'm in this episode and can't look it up. Here it is. Now all we have to do is carry it back with us. Luckily there are 3 of us, so that should prove no difficulty. So I guess this is where this lake of water actually comes from, or like from several of these. Just these crystals. I guess my theory was correct. Oh, Komoy, I didn't know you were following us, Kupo. Look, there's water trickling from this crystal. Surely this is what we seek, yes? Water trickles forth from the crystal in thin rivulets, each running dry before reaching its base. It seems there is little hope that this can be used as a supply for the fountain. Oh, I guess it's not that good. From the skies I could not tell that this crystal was so dry, but worry not, for you are in the company of a dragon. When I unleash my mighty roar, this crystal will awaken, and water will gush forth from it like a geyser. I simply need some time to gather my strengths. 1 century should do the trick. Brother was around that age when he learned to roar. Alright, let's wait. Oh, Komoi says no. Okay then. You cannot wait even 100 years? I pity you, truly. Well, I suppose we must ask Brother for his help again. I'm certain this time we can skip the trial. Hopefully. Nope, not that. So you're going back to Zenith? I'll wait here and protect the crystal. From thieves and monsters, Koopa. You do that. Let's teleport. Make it faster. Horsefont, Artorel, and... the funny guy. The ladies' man. Who was that one? Komoi, welcome. I have already explained everything to Brother. Well met. My brother tells me you wish to borrow my strength again. Yeah, roar the crystal for us. You mean to awaken a crystal? A simple matter. Very well, you have my wings. Climb atop my back and guide me to this crystal. Old Eel, you stay behind. Komoi, if we should become separated, return here and my brother shall summon me. Fly. Did we fly on this guy before? I don't recall if we did. He's got a roar, but we can only do it when we have a target. Is this guy an unlockable mount? I'm pretty sure he has to be. If not this guy, then like a generic dragon that looks like him. Emanolane, that was his name. Took me forever to remember it. Artorel, Emanolane, and Horsefont. But who was Emanolane's little serf guy? His little lackey friend? Well, I don't feel too bad for forgetting that guy's name. I say that, but he's also important to the story. He's like Emanolane's... he keeps him balanced and all that. Alright, kill it. Look, the water is spouting forth, Kupo. The crystal will make the perfect source for our fountain. Now we just need to break off a few shards. I am relieved. I could have just as easily shattered the crystal by mistake. Fortunately, I did not. I've gathered the largest shards I could find. Now let us be off to Zenith. And we'll show Golden Bursty that Barles will shine once more. Could you give me a lift over to Zenith? I guess it's actually faster to teleport. Golden Bursty will have no choice but to let us build in Barles now, Kupo. Golden Bursty, we've done it. The fountain in Barles will flow as gloriously as before, Kupo. So you have secured a water source. It was a team effort, Kupo. Komoi suggested we use spring crystals, and Old Eel told us where to find one. We gathered more than enough shards to keep the fountain flowing indefinitely. I know of these crystals, but do not attempt to deceive me. There are none with the strength of which you speak. There were none, Kupo, but through will, perseverance, and determination, we were able to find a solution. Those words. Ah, it is nothing. Proceed, Moogle. With Way-Off's mighty roar, we awakened a spring crystal, and now have enough water to make 5 fountains. Surely our deeds have proven that we are worthy to continue our work. Impressive, little one. However, your story tells only of the deeds of man and dragon. What has your kind contributed? I mean, I guess he carried the crystal, so we didn't have to. There is still much work to be done, and the spring crystal is but one component. From here on out, it's the responsibility of the Mogmenders to see the fountain completed, Kupo. Your words bespeak confidence, and more importantly, sincerity. Very well. You may remain in Barlas. On one condition. Rising from the fountain was once a statue, a monument to friendship and peace. You will see it restored to Barlas. A statue? We've never built something like that. What if it proves beyond our abilities, Kupo? Then I shall make the plaza dust and rubble once more. Well, it appears we have no choice but to succeed then. Gullinbursti, the statue we raise will be even better than you remember, I promise. So do you have any, specifications, or... There is something unique about that one. Do you not agree? I mean, Moogles all kind of look the same to me. What can be wrought by the hands of man, Moogle, and dragon? I am eager to see. Oh, I guess we're done with this quest, because it's a green checkmark now. I was almost certain that we would have to do another step to build some component for the fountain. But yeah, I guess it's like he said, it's now his turn to do something. Oh. Mogzin looks in even higher spirits than usual. I take it your meeting with Gullinbursti went well then. A monument to friendship and peace, and our latest challenge, Kupo. I suppose we can consider this the Mogmenders' first commission. I must admit I'm a bit nervous. Our reputation is at stake. So the dragon has requested further work to be done on the plaza. Mogzin, I have no doubt you and the Mogmenders shall rise to this challenge, as you have risen to many others. Remember the wisdom I have tried to impart to you. I won't disappoint you, Terracin. Even if it looks like there is no way forward, I'll find one. Now, let's begin work on the fountain. And give me... whatever. Thanks to your efforts, the Fountain of Barlas has been restored. Continue assisting the Mogmenders to see repair of the plaza completed. I guess we're doing the statue later. At least we got the fountain now. And we ranked up. At this rate, it's going to take about 15 minutes longer than my usual episode lengths to complete the last bit of our rounds, I guess. For the Vanu. The Zundu? The Zundu. Looks good to me. Can't land on it, though. Which is unfortunate. Oh well. This place is actually looking really nice. Like, way better. It was just all grey and stone before. Now it's all... well, it's still stone, but it's white, and it's got pink. And all tiles and whatever. I forgot how drastic the change was. For such a big area, too. Okay. And I can turn in those quests later. Let's just do this right now. Maybe this will go by quicker for the Zundu, and I'll be able to finish on time. Komoi, it is as Linuvali fears. Ever since brother visits Chief Sonu, the relationship between Zundu and Gundu is tense. We must do something before tension grows into animosity, disrupting all Gundu and Zundu work together for. Linu thinks upon problem for many sunrises, and decides that Gundu shall hold a feast for Zundu. To treat friends to banquet is a meaningful act among Vanu. When we gather around blazing cooking fires, all grudges will wash away like tears in rain. Sorry, wait, did she say? Which one are you guys? Sorry, to ask you your face. So you're the Gundu, got it. And the Zundu are the hosts, I guess, over there. Ninu is a prayer fish for the main course, so she goes to Vorsion Saran to make a catch even Inu Vanu envies. Food that the cook catches with her own talents is all the more delicious. However, as essential as the fish is the seasoning, and Ninu wants to impress, so she asks Komoi to gather a mineral most precious, Abelathian rock salt. Gundu hold the Cloud Sea's entire supply, so Komoi must venture deep within Okvundu Vama to where their storehouses lie, search them, and bring back most pure chunk you can find. Ninu needs time and concentration to make suitable catch, so she asks that Komoi gives the rock salt to brother. Watch Komoi. Ninu returns with Cloud Sea's most succulent fish. Are we going to have to kill some guys over some salt? Hopefully not. Even if they are the bad guys or whatever. It's just salt. It can't be that good, right? Salt just tastes like salt no matter where it comes from, I'm pretty sure. Or is there actual science behind that? It's all like NaCl, right? So is there something else mixed in with the salt that could be not just the salt? Like the difference between different percentages of milk or something? Alright, we're just sneaking in like bandits. No one will even notice we were up here. And teleport back. It's called Okzundu, so I can remember that as the host. I can remember the name Okzundu, so Zundu are the hosts, Gundu are friends here, and the Vundu are the villains, I guess. Greetings, Netherling. Sister says to expect something from you, although she says not what it is. Have some salt. Free of most impurities, this beautiful pink salt harvested from Abelathia's spine is almost entirely transparent. I guess there's sometimes impurities in salt, apparently. Abelathian rock salt, and as cloudless as clear summer skies. To obtain such a mineral is no easy task. What does Sister hope to use this for? A feast? And Sister prepares a main dish no less. Ah, it is just like her to put on a brave face, but as a mist after spring rain, her courage is often fleeting. But it is not Linu Vanu's place to doubt her. It is because of my rudeness at Oxundu that she goes to such trouble. It is shameful that my actions burden her so. Well, I'm glad you realize it. Not that I'm in a position to criticize you. Sorry about that. Sister changes, it is plain to see. Not long ago, she clutches at Linu's feathers, fearful to wander too far from my gaze. But now her conviction to build our new homes spurs her growth. So much that Linu sometimes does not recognize her. I thank you for standing by Sister's side during this time, Netherling. Alas, although Sister is no longer frightened nestling, to leave her alone in the wilds brings Linu Vanu worry. For all Sister's conviction, still she is delicate, with arms like branches of birch tree. Endymions stalk the skies, and beasts worse still skulk in the waters. As chief, Linu Vanu must watch over village. Netherling, pray visit Vorsi on Saran and see that she is safe. And how far is that again? Right. The place with water. Not too far. I mean, it is kind of almost... oh, oops. Kind of almost all the way across the lengthwise of the map. Like, a little more than halfway. It's still quick though, I guess. So we're currently at 4 Savanu Vanu, soon to be 5. If the Vass was correct that, my assumption was correct, that the next quest for them is Celeste at 7, then that means Savanu Vanu would only have 2 more after this quest. Presumably. Ah, she was attacked after all. Come on, I just put up my ley lines. And where the hell is my assist? Get out here. I'm not moving. Komoy, thank you for rescuing Linu yet again. Cloud fishing requires patience and focus. Linu's surroundings fade into background, until there is only the fishing line and lure. Linu does not hear the cloud worm steal upon her. Maybe the worm smells Linu's catch. Fish is so plump. Leftovers from feast. Feed tribe from moons. Come, Komoy. Let us return to Okundunaki before meat spoils. Is it that big of a fish? And teleport back. Oh, I guess we're done. We're actually finishing this right on time, huh? I guess this was like not the penultimate quest, so we're not exactly building up to the final quest. So there was just less to do this time around. I guess we're not actually having the feast this quest either. Must be for next time. Maybe. Brother gives Linu Vali, rock salt Komoy takes from Vundu. With such rich seasoning, fish will be the talk of Oksundu for moons to come. And now Linu Vali cooks. Of course, Komoy is welcome to feast as guest of honor. Oh, I guess we're having it right now then. Okay. Does Sanu no Honu, chief of Vundu, wear such ornate mask? The mask is symbol of his power, no? Chief Honu wants others to believe so, but Linu knows true reason. He masks the feathers on his head, which are thinner than newborn hatchlings, haha. Many times Chief Unu and Sonu sit around fire such as this. Sonu still remembers well the power of his dance. He moves with the intensity of the sun itself, and drives all darkness into hiding. Linu wishes to one day dance with father's vigor, both to honor his memory and to protect Okundu Naki. Linu Vali may still be young, but Sonu knows she will become a great member of the Gundu tribe. Maybe one day she becomes chief. Chief Sonu makes Linu Vali blush. Linu is but a nestling still. Haha, it is but a joke, Linu. All Zundu praise feast, particularly the fish. We look forward to sharing many meals together in coming moons. Of course, Komori is welcome to sit alongside the pyres with us anytime. Oh, and is our sky block expanding even more? All Gundu Naki's principal structures have been completed, and the Zundu have sent flowers in celebration. How nice a gift. Very large, porous flowers. We're now respected. It's about time we got some respect around here. Yeah, really big flowers. We're puny in comparison. They're like trees. They're not even like flowers, they're more like sponges? Whatever. Alright. Well, since that's done, let's end our rounds by making the lap back in Ishgard, I guess. Back where we started. Ready to start the next episode on something actually a little bit more exciting. I do like these quests though, so I'm glad I'm getting them on camera. It'd be nice if I could do them all at once rather than have them interrupt the momentum of every episode that I'm doing, like for patch quest dungeons or raids or whatever every now and again. But that's just the way that these are designed, so I guess that's the way they're going to be spliced in between every other episode. Well, Komori's just had a nice meal, so I guess she's going to sit down by the fire and just digest. Now would be a good time to take a break.